Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Jamie, and this will be your reading for Aries. If this is your reading, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to catch more readings. I do offer additional content if you want to become a member. And if you need to book a personal, that information's in the description of the video. If you're brand new to tarot, just know that not every reading is going to resonate. So if you feel like I'm wrong, please just disregard the reading. You can also just disregard the gender on the cards. I'll pull cards like King, Queen, Emperor, and Empress. Those cards describe a personality, but they don't really have anything to do with the gender of the person being described. And some folks feel like the energies are reversed. You can definitely take it that way, if that's for you. Okay, so we have threatening and disorganized attachment. Believes one is undeserving of love or closeness, experiencing emotional extremes, splitting, untrusting, controlling, and explosive behavior without accountability. The overall energy, the Three of Wands in the reverse. We have the Magician in the reverse, the Fool, the Knight of Pentacles. Temperance, the Emperor, the King of Wands in the reverse. And underneath it all, the Four of Wands. So sort of clear as day here, someone's very impatient, manipulative. I want to say explosive because I'm looking at a King of Wands in the reverse here. So, I think someone has been foolish in their behavior. I feel like you've given them some time to work something out for themselves here. I don't know if this is a romantic relationship that's kind of gone south here. It's no matter what you do, you cannot please this person. They cannot be appeased, and they look rather hard to deal with. The King of Wands in the upright is an excellent energy, but in the reverse, someone who's attention seeking, who, doesn't necessarily like themselves, could be, we have the Magician in the reverse here too. So again, manipulative, controlling, splitting behavior. And it seems like despite your kindness and your attempts, again, to appease this person, to try to pacify their situation, to make life easier for them in any way whatsoever, it is never satisfying to them. Now, for some of you, this is not romantic. This is inside your home. It's like, that that individual inside the house that you just can't please, you just can't make them happy, and they're not really doing anything with their life, but they're also, you feel like there's maybe some mental health things going on, but you're just, it's like maybe now you're losing patience. Like, this person is not understanding with the Emperor and the Upright that actually you're in control of the situation here. And that you need to take control of a situation here because, again, seeing this energy together, not necessarily the best. And I feel with the Fool and the Knight of Pentacles, again, this is a person that, it's not like, they haven't had opportunity or like ample time, it's like, this is someone that it's giving kind of like insufferable energy, and I don't mean that in like a terrible way. I think there is definitely with this, like maybe some mental health stuff going on, but it seems very exhausting, very manipulative, very conning, and really foolish behavior. And I feel like, like everyone's been trying to warn this person, like they're about to just jump off the side of a cliff here. And I think that they could be a little foolish. They don't want to hear it. I also feel like this is a person who really, can't appreciate what other people do for them. They seem like a little basket of chaos in life. And I think also in a situation here, believing that someone is bluffing, and that's that's not happening here. I mean, that face does not look like somebody who's playing around anymore. Now at the bottom I also have the Empress, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Tower. Okay, so there could be some pressure too, especially for those of you where it's like a child or, somebody who's like a roommate, somebody who's like living in the house. They could also be sort of pushing this. So, I think that this person may be messing up sort of with everybody. If you have the Emperor and the Empress, this again could be like parental energy where it's like, okay, it's time for this bird to fly the nest. They're just doing too much. And I feel like you're the more calm one. You're the one who's tried to do things right. This other person is less calm. They're ready to just take action. They're tired of it. Like, I think that this person is a lot more serious about a situation than you are. They're not just, I think you've tried to threaten this person to see what would happen, or, this could be, if it is like a romantic thing, it's like you could have, your parents involved or something like that, where it's like, they're not messing with this person. Like, you're tired of playing with this person and now some other people are going to step in. This could be some landlords needing to step in. There's something just crazy that's going to be happening this week, just as a warning with whoever this king, like, I think you're not the only person that's had enough of whatever this is. Like, there's some action that's going to definitely be happening this week. Because I think someone has tested everyone's patience far too long. Now, for each of you, I'm not really going to give advice here. I feel like this is just a warning because for everybody it's different. Like, who the hell am I to tell you what to do in a romantic or an interpersonal relationship, period. But it's just kind of warning you, hey, someone is attempting to, like, call somebody's bluff this week. Or they have a habit of doing that and they're dismissing what you're saying as not serious, and to be ready. All right. I'll see you soon.